Welcome back to High, Wide, and Handsome, a racing podcast right here on the Arson Brothers Network. Full crew tonight, I'm Matt Klein, joined by Mr. Jeff Griffith, Dr. Sean Allen, and Mr. Michael Sizemore.
Hey.
Sean making his triumphant return after last week. Barely already had to swim out to get on the show tonight.
Oh.
How's it going? What's been going
Man,
on?
last week tied up at work. This week needed a boat. Like there's a lot going on in this place. But it's been a while since we had an Arson weather update. But folks, it is raining, and I do mean it is pouring. And I mean, I thought I was gonna get struck by lightning. I don't know what's going on out there, but we're here and we're ready to roll this week for sure.
Yeah, we're just trying to be like the O'Reilly race, man. A rain delay.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes you got to push it back a little. Jeff, how you doing? What's been going on, brother?
Oh, doing good, man. Just work, race, and try to watch a little bit of fireworks in the evening when I can.
Well, there you go. Size, how about you, brother?
Oh, doing good, man. Matt's got that inaugural Chicago street course gear on. I feel like I'm in Chicago at that inaugural race with the weather out there today. It is wild, boys. Like I hear thunderclaps like coming through my windows while we're talking. So if y'all hear any of that in the background, that's just the way it is tonight. But yeah, man, I've been good. Been I got a week off. Hung out with Matt a little bit yesterday. We went to Goodwill and filmed a little bit there, and old number 3 in Bluefield, West Virginia, filmed a little bit there, so keep an eye out for those videos. And other than that, saw some fireworks, saw the 90s country band Ricochet play before fireworks. That was pretty good.
Hey, first CD I ever bought when I was in junior high was that Ricochet CD. Yeah. Maybe their only CD. I don't know.
Well, the lead singer did comment. He's like, "We're not going to put out a greatest hits album. We're going to put out a greatest hit album. There's just going to be a bunch of versions of Daddy's Money."
There you go.
Oh goodness, yeah, that's awesome. That sounds fun. Yeah, we had a good little time out at the Goodwill and getting some grub yesterday, watching some racing. A little 4th of July shindig at the crew chief Kendall's house there on Saturday. Had some barbecue. That was a good time as well. Took in a lot of racing. We will note this next week and the week after we will be off for 2 weeks going forward. Summer break, if you will. As studio closing down here, I'm headed out to Nashville for a little bit. But towards now, we're going to try to keep up, do some video stuff across the socials. So if you're not following us over there, which I mean, if you're watching this, you probably are. But if you're not, check it out on Insta, TikTok, Facebook even. So we'll try to keep some stuff rolling.
Yeah. That's the plan. We're going to keep some content going for them one way or another. So that's a good chance. Right. If you're watching this and you're not following us on all that stuff, that's the place to go find us, because we'll keep you up to date on everything that's going on. We're not going to leave you for 2 weeks completely empty-handed.
That's right. Couldn't do it. But big one tonight, big NASCAR weekend return to Chicagoland Speedway. And we're going to get right into it. I say we roll on towards the lead lap. And that moves us on to the lead lap, where we dissect all things NASCAR. As we said, it was NASCAR return to Chicagoland Speedway for the first time since 2019. Kicked things off with the O'Reilly Series, but had to wait just a little bit extra. As we noted back there, it was delayed due to some heavy thunderstorms. I, for a bit, didn't think they were going to get this one in, but 5 hours later and a late night, at least over here on the East Coast, they did it.
It kind of worked out for me because, we were going to see fireworks and got home after the fireworks. Still had time to watch 80% of the race.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
I fell asleep. I ain't even going to lie. I got the first stage in, I think. Then I got the first stage in. I remember vividly I woke up at 1:16 a.m. and was like, where's the race? I missed a lot.
No doubt. Yeah, it was pretty good when I chugged a little coffee and made it through, but I was struggling by the end. I know that. 16 lead change.
A few restarts. I'd fall asleep and wake up and have to rewind back to a certain lap. But I got through it.
There you go. Powered on.
That's right.
Pretty good race, though. 16 lead changes among 6 drivers, all 7 cautions, 40 laps, but dramatic overtime. First overtime finish of the year for the O'Reilly series. I thought that was interesting, and you wouldn't have thought it just off the top of your head if you'd say that, but I thought it was kind of neat.
Yeah, when they said that stat, it kind of blew my mind because in my head there had been more than one this year, but there hadn't. That was crazy.
Yeah, and in the series, the last, we'll say maybe 5 years or so, it has cooled off a bit. That had got some criticism for too many overtime restarts and situations caused that. I guess series really cleaning up things a bit over the last few years, which is always good. But this one saw a dramatic one as Brandon Jones and Chase Elliott lined up side by side on that front row, both on old tires, but Jones took control in turn 3, and he was gone. Chase gave it all he's had, trying to run him down on that high side. And, huge win for Brandon Jones, his 8th career win, first of the season. Chase dominated, though. Race high 78 laps, led, won stage 2, but couldn't get it done on that final restart.
Yeah, man, I think Chase just seems like a different driver whenever he does drive that O'Reilly car, man. I like watching him in the O'Reilly car a lot, actually. But I was happy to see Brandon Jones win, man. We talk about Justin and like him being kind of like, Brandon feels like he could be almost like an O'Reilly lifer type to me, man, at this point. Yeah. And I was happy to see him get a win. So I like Brandon.
I've never been a big Brandon Jones fan, but this weekend that O'Reilly race really was the first saw of a Toyota dominant weekend there. I know Chase kind of ran up front for most of the race, but there towards the end, Brandon Jones was on fire.
Yeah, no doubt. JGR sweep of the weekend, as we'll get to for sure.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was a good race, though. Good finish for sure. Really. Yeah. Man, of course, I was pulling for Chase to get it done. Number one, because Chase is definitely one of my guys, and number two, I wanted that bushwhacking job to get done to your sides flying on here this week. But I was prepared to come in here and talk about how Kyle Busch looking it was with a lot of the dominations. So just came up a little bit short on that bushwhacking job, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, another bushwhacker looked like he could have had speed, but he had so many problems. Connor Zilic at times looked like he was going to possibly do it, except it was just the beginning of another bad weekend for him as far as equipment. You're still going to top 10, though.
Yeah, that was. Connor won stage 1, actually led 48 laps, then lost fuel pressure under caution, had to get pushed back to pit road, dropped him to 26, then they cut a tire, he slapped the wall, spun on lap 156, and still drove back through the field somehow to finish 10th. So talk about a day that's very... In his season, that's a great day, I guess, actually, as in it didn't transition till Sunday, as we'll get to. But man, what a tough.
I said to you guys right when install that I don't know if Connor walked under a ladder or broke a mirror in the off season, but my gosh, I mean, how much more could happen to the guy in just random things? And like you said, Matt, I mean, first lap of Sunday, same nonsense. It's insane to me. It really is.
Yeah, I mean,
Connor got himself involved in a curse. You see, Trackhouse Racing became cursed when they fired Daniel Suarez. That's why we've seen Ross and Connor do so poorly. Connor must not have known about the curse when he signed up. So he goes to a cursed team, and this is what happens when you get cursed. Of course, avoided the curse because he's a foreigner. And, you fire a foreigner, you keep a foreigner. Of course. The foreigner avoids the curse. Right, exactly, sensibly.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, the basic curse 101. If you fire a foreigner, the other foreigner doesn't get cursed. But those two guys, I mean, bad luck. Sorry, got caught up in the curse.
I'd like to point out there the views of Michael Sizemore does not reflect everyone.
It's just the rule. Curses, boys. I don't make them. Talk to Danhausen.
I happen to be in a Facebook group with Danhausen. I'm going to see if he'll answer a message from me. I got a question.
Oh, man. Well, you may be right. He certainly seems like his season is cursed in anything he gets in, not just his Cup season, which it is clearly cursed. Tough season for that team, for that young driver that everyone expected so much this year.
Yeah.
But hopefully we get it together at some point. Hopefully a better second half of the year brewing for Connor.
I would like to say it can't get much worse, but that's never a good thing to say. So
Yeah.
I won't even say it.
Yeah, I saw on some social media post earlier today, somebody posted like every driver that had finished last place since the beginning of the season, and Connor was on there a lot more times than you expected somebody with his skills we saw last year on there.
I saw a meme today of Thanos and the Gauntlet, and it was like all the last place finishes were the Infinity Stones. It was like Connor collecting them. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's rough. We'll mention the points leader, Justin Allgaier. He looked quick early, had a pit road safety violation, dropped him back, still came back through the field to finish sixth. Jesse Love did gain a little, but still, I mean, a 195-point lead over second place.
And Jesse looked good Saturday, too. I mean, he was running right up there up front at the end, just, that lead Justin has. And even on a bad day, still getting a top 10. I mean, that was kind of an off day for Justin, and I don't know what you do with a guy like that.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
When you've built that kind of a lead, man, top 10s are just the same as wins almost.
It's just wild what he's doing. The great reset, if you will, is coming. But, I mean, if he stays as he's rolling, it's going to be really a non-factor still. But time will tell.
Another impressive run the other night was Brent Cruz.
Yeah, as usual, but absolutely.
Yeah. He looked really good.
End up fourth on the mile and a half there. So, I mean, Brent's looking like the next special young guy. But as we talk about with Connor, that you never know how that's going to go. And I mean, that's not to sell Connor under the bus yet by any means, but you just never know how things go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Connor will get things worked out eventually. But I do also, I mean, just if things stay similar next year as they do to this year. I mean, I know Denny says that he's going to ride that 11 until Brent Cruz is ready kind of thing. But the speed that those cars have and the speed those Toyotas have, I think Brent would look a lot different than how Connor's looked this year, just with the speed under him alone that they have it. Like if he was there next year. I mean, and that's just predicting because you know how boys, we know how these things go from year to year. You never know what's going to happen. But if Connor were in that 11, for example, I mean, I'm not saying he'd be setting the world on fire, but I think people wouldn't be talking about the things we're talking about right now,
Right. Well, I mean, it's no secret across the industry, even the Trackhouse is down as a whole. So
yeah.
And we've kind of even seen that so far this season with a guy who last year was kind of compared with Connor a lot in the lower series. He was in the Truck Series. Connor was in Xfinity at the time. And with Heim. Heim has been in those Toyotas and has done well.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap, Heim. But, yeah, I mean, compared to Heim, compared to Connor, what we've seen and just that equipment from two guys who are both just kind of hyped as the next big thing, you can see a world of difference there.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that'll move us right nicely into the Cup Series, as it was certainly a Toyota field day over there as well. Chase Briscoe ended up getting his sixth career win, first of the season. Held off a very hard-charging JGR teammate, Christopher Bell, driving with that still broken wrist, worth noting. But Briscoe led the final 45 laps of Sillet. Looked like Byron was the car to beat. Maybe a Chevrolet getting through in that mile and a half. Won stage 1 and stage 2, led a race high 94 laps, but kind of faded late. I knew kind of when those Toyotas got out front, they were going to be tough to deal with there in that last cycle with Byron, just because those Toyotas all season and again last night just have the unbelievable long haul speed, and they showed it again.
Yeah.
Honestly, I spent most of this race just expecting Denny to get back up front and win, man. With the speed he's shown, with especially the long run speed. And it just didn't happen for him. And Bell and Briscoe were just on fire there at the end of the race. And I mean, I was really happy to see Briscoe get a win. I mean, I think we're all supporters of Briscoe on here. But I mean, honestly, I was kind of pulling for Bell too, man, with everything that he's went through the past few weeks. So it was a good finish, man. Good race.
Man, I'll tell you, Denny and that crew, I still think Denny probably would have won the race. I don't know why they ran so long that last run and cost them so much time, and especially with such a fast car. That was a huge mistake. It got them back through the field too far to work their way back forward. He ended up back third. But, man, I think if that call, if you could take that back and change it, Denny still probably would have won this race.
I think you're right.
Man, at one point I thought we might get the old school Kyle Larson experience. He was fast, piled it up, but I thought he might rally back, but just never was to be. Could not get over those laps down. I mean, I guess the grass or whatever. He's got a little bit of that Connor luck sprinkled on him in some ways. I think not completely, but
Well, the new rule bit him and tore that car all to hell. Yeah,
I'm not making him go back to the garage.
Yeah, the new rule change had to be pushed to keep the driver in the car. Me and Jeff just set over top of each other. That rule change bit him. That tore the whole bottom system out front of that car. They were just slow after that. But yeah, it would have been interesting had he not spun. Yeah. But I agree, looking like the Larson of old, but it got to the Larson of current real quick there with that spin.
It did.
Yeah, I don't know. 5-team finds speed, and I mean, obviously they get finished, but still, I mean, they need to win. It's getting on. It's been a really long time.
Yeah, there was a lot of Toyotas that had so much speed at the Chicagoland, though. I mean, at one point, I think felt like Bubba was the fastest guy out there. Tyler was super fast until he blew his radiator into a million pieces. Like, it was just so much speed in the Toyota camp. Even Eric Jones at points looked real fast out there in the Legacy Toyota.
He got up there in the top 10 at one point.
Yeah, Toyota on fire. We'll speak on Tyler Reddick. Lost oil pressure lap 133. Started dropping fluid on the track. Found out that he had the radiator busted. Had to change that. Sent him out 29 laps down. A disastrous 36th. And coming off of last week's disaster, now Denny up 44 points over Reddick. So quite the change.
Just almost unbelievable.
Yeah, what a change these summer weeks have gave at the top of the standings.
Yeah.
Especially early when it looked like Tyler was untouchable for so long.
Oh, yeah.
He's just, you hear people call it the Gremlins, but this really seemed like that's what he's been hit by here lately, man. And hopefully he can get some of that bad luck out of his system and get back on track here. Make this a little bit closer of a race in the coming weeks.
Yeah. And we're going back to some tracks that he had a lot of success with early in the season. We're going back to Atlanta and going back to Daytona here in a few weeks. These are the tracks he was dominant at the first part of the season, so maybe he'll bring some of that luck back with him.
Yeah, I hope so too. And another thing, y'all, I mean, we've heard it said many times that you got to peak at the right time, particularly in the Cup Series. And while what Tyler did earlier in the season was amazing, I mean, it's got to carry. And just like what Denny's done the last 10 weeks or whatever has been really impressive. It's got to carry through. I mean, how many championships did we see Jimmy Johnson win by hitting that peak in those last 10 races? So we may not even have seen who's going to get it done yet, just based on history.
Yeah. Jimmy and Chad they built their seasons to kind of peak at that time, and obviously it paid off and great outcomes. But I agree with you on that. And I mean, any of those guys could get it back together and do it. Absolutely. But it is going to be who peaks during the chase. Still, no matter what you do in this regular season, you are definitely right on that.
Tony Stewart. Yeah. Perfect example.
Went into the chase saying he shouldn't be there and really shouldn't have. He had an awful year and then just went off, won 5 races and second in a few of the others. And there it was.
I still got my eye on Blaney, man.
Blaney
can't count him out. Looked good yesterday.
Yeah, well, not early, but did by the end of the race, which is what that team does. Yeah. I mean, really, the only Ford team kind of carrying the system. No offense to your RFK guys. I mean, they didn't yesterday. I don't know what happened.
Plenty of offense to them RFK guys. Blaney, I want to know how it feels to carry an entire manufacturer on your back. That boy's got to be wore out. I mean, that's why he ain't even got time to shave off that mustache. I mean, really, in all seriousness, he like you said, Matt, he's carrying the entire manufacturer.
Yeah, he truly is.
It's insane. Yeah.
Busher looked good yesterday, and then the pit road incident where they drove off without tightening the tire up kind of put them out of whack and threw them in the back.
I mean, Busher had a top 5 speed car, and just that pit road incident, he just never could get back on track after that. And Ryan Preece got screwed on lap 1, and
Brad qualified
I don't know
good
what
and
happened
just
to Brad.
Immediately fell backwards. That was
Brad was a weird one.
Well, it was
That's something a lot of people have said before. Brad is a weird one.
There you go. This race not to be without some controversy started early, lap 31. We saw Zane Smith completely run over Carson Hocevar. Ended up knocking both of them into the wall. It actually ruined Zane's day way worse than it did Carson's. I mean, it wasn't great for either of their days, but certainly something happened there. Situation. Never did see anything on the day leading up to that from Carson versus Zane, so Zane's probably been holding something in for a bit, it seems like, but man, he pile drove him.
That's what I was trying to, when they were talking about that, I was like trying to think back. I was like, was there an incident that happened even earlier, a few races or something? And I just couldn't think of anything, but I'm not saying it didn't happen. It probably did. I just can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Well, I think obviously not obviously. I mean, it could have been accidental, but it looked pretty intentional from any set of eyes. If you didn't see that, what happened on the track, you need glasses. I think somebody may have said that in a different incident yesterday. Zane's been smart about it. You know, that's what these guys got to learn to do. If you do something, shut up, because you don't get in trouble until you start talking about it.
That is true.
Keep the idea that there could have been an accidental bump there. We don't know what happened and purposeful. You know, you got to keep that illusion alive. So good on Zane for keeping his mouth shut at least.
That's right.
Well, I think as data from the car is probably going to be worse for Zane, but than the other incident. But he did keep his mouth shut, and that seems to be the turning point, as you said. We'll see. But the other major incident, there was a lot of talking back with this one.
There wasn't as much mouth being kept shut there, was there?
No, there was not.
Yeah, we even had museums catching a stray in that one.
Lap 48, we saw SVG. Out of low, we saw Austin Hill coming down the track. SVG gave him no brakes, sent him hard into the outside wall. Set up forward on the radio. Well, we now know to be Derek Nealon saying Van Gugenheimer or whatever his name is. There's some expletives in there as well. Just took us out. Her pop come on, say getting us back for California. And then we now know Austin did go back out under caution and get into the door of SVG, so I feel like that's probably a not good look either on that side of the situation. NASCAR never takes kindly to under caution situations. Nope. After the race, SVG quoted as saying, I'll try to talk to him, but he mostly just grunts. And Austin Hill saying if you don't know what happened there, you need glasses, as Size alluded to. So quite the situation. A feud. I hope builds and builds. This will be quite a good feud.
Well, if our listeners will go back a few weeks, I think we said that was the fight we wanted, and this is just. I mean, we predicted this, and we knew it was coming, and it's going to be the greatest fight in the history of NASCAR when it finally happens.
Man.
Wow, that's words, Jim.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. I don't know, man. I mean, here's the thing: SVG never said, you know what I mean? Never admitted any trying to get him. I don't think, unless I missed it. So that's smart on him, regardless of what happened. That's smart on him. It's smart on Austin to go back out under the caution and said. No. So what's really the kicker is if penalties roll out, I would say that will be where it goes for doing that. So man, you got to learn quick. I mean, you just flat out as we just said, you can't say it. You can't say, well, I meant to wreck Matt. I'm mad at whatever. You can't do it. And whatever happened there, SVG was smart enough not to say it. So.
Well,
that gets
move over Bobby Allison and Kel Yarborough. We got the next big one coming. But I was shocked. I didn't even know about the caution thing until today. I don't remember seeing that mentioned at all on the broadcast. I don't remember them showing it. I don't remember post-race it being brought up or shown. That was news to me when I saw it this morning looking on social media after the race last night.
Yeah, same here, actually. I saw that this morning. First I'd heard of it, which odd that the broadcast didn't catch it. But there were a few moments on some TNT catching stuff this week again, I noticed. But still pretty good overall. But yeah, the question is, though, what will there be penalties, as Sean alluded to? I'm like you. I think that Austin Hill really damned himself more than anyone by doing that under caution, because that's that's the no for generations even at this point. Had Zane or SVG said anything on the radio, I think you would have to at this point, because of what they did to Priest earlier this year. Them not mentioning it, they very well may not, because that seems to be the standard. But I think Austin Hill's going to come out the worst of it again, just because of that under caution situation.
Now, nobody would accuse anybody at the RCR camp of being a dumb redneck, but do dumb redneck things get penalized.
Well,
I heard the awesome Ward Burton had an interesting take on this, and I thought it was actually pretty good. He said that the way he saw it was that he didn't think the SVG necessarily set out to wreck Austin intentionally, but when the opportunity was there, he didn't do anything to prevent it either. And I think that was more or less what happened, in my opinion.
I agree 100% with that. I saw Ward had talked about it on there with Jeb and them today, but I hadn't got to watch it yet. But that's actually my assessment, too. Hill was coming down the track in front of him. SVG could have gave him a break and let him in, certainly, but I think he saw a situation, a guy that he intended to give no breaks to, and there it was, and he didn't really care what the outcome was at that point.
Yeah.
I think it was way different than the actual.
He just didn't try to not wreck him.
Yeah, that's actual. I think it's actually way different than the Zane and Carson. I think Zane's looks to me a much clearer picture of like intention, like drove down into the corner with intention to take Carson out. I think SVG, again, had no care that he took Austin out, but I don't think he drove into that corner with intention. Now, does that make any difference? I don't know. I'm not even saying that, but I do think it was two unique kind of situations to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Because like you said, this Zane thing reminds me of in my opinion, maybe one of the greatest tape come out on purpose of all time, Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano, right? When he gassed up and just drove into that corner crazy and did it, and was smart enough not to admit it.
Yeah.
even though those of us sitting there live watched him measuring him up to go by, and then he just held it. But so the big difference. Like I said, I don't think Shane was trying to do anything like that at all. But it just was no breaks given.
Yeah. We will see. Penalties, if so, will be coming out here. This will come out on Tuesday, possibly on Tuesday. Sometimes they do late, but probably as this show comes out, you'll know more than we do.
And this is going to be huge if they do penalize Shane, because Shane's sitting right there on the bubble at the cutoff. So if we get a points penalty, then it could have major chase implications there.
Yeah, it could be huge. He actually gained just a little over the bubble I saw this weekend, which is pretty big for them with that oval. So it would be very detrimental. Time will tell. We'll move in, talk a little bit about the in-season challenge. I'm going to assume no one's bracket still. Well, my finals two are still alive as far as that, but there's a lot of dead meat in between, of course.
No, I've got 3 drivers left. and I've got all 3 of them losing this weekend. So I'm the definition of cooked.
I haven't looked today, but I had Tyler in it all. So it's pretty well done no matter what I do.
I have Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin in the finals. They're both still alive, but
I have Ryan Blaney and Christopher Bell out of all the drivers still left in the drive. That's the only 2 I've got left still in it.
Yeah,
and neither one of them are in my finals.
There you go. I guess I'm hanging on with the finals, but I'm Bowman, the kind of Cinderella of the story. He came in 32nd, knocked out Austin Cindric this weekend. Blaney knocked out SVG. Byron and Larson, that was a big battle, and Byron got the advantage there. Sets up at Atlanta this weekend. Some interesting battles. Bowman and Gilliland. Briscoe versus Chase Elliott. Pretty big one there. A big JGR showdown. Hamlin versus Bell. That'll be fun to keep an eye on. Byron and Blaney. So some tough battles this weekend in the in-season challenge.
Man, and speaking of good for him, man. Great finish this weekend for somebody that needed it in a lot of ways. That was really awesome to see. Glad to see he's one of these bracket busting kind of guys.
Yeah, and the 24 car, both those guys, had runs yesterday that we kind of expect to see through them from throughout the season, and they've been, kind of lagging so far. But yesterday, Byron and Bowman both looked really good.
Yeah, for sure.
And we mentioned him earlier, but I was really happy to see the run Bubba put together yesterday. Complete race and a great run. Loved the little Space Jam call out to Ryan Blaney when he passed him. That was pretty great.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Bubba raced smart yesterday too, because me and Matt were sitting there watching it together, and there were times that we were just like, "Oh God, he's going to get himself wrecked." Like he could either give up and kind of let the guy. I think it was Denny and maybe Byron trying to get past him. He's like, "You can either fight these guys and risk totaling your car, or you can just let them get by and save the top 5 finish." And he did the smart thing there and took the top 5, and not something you really see out of an older Bubba or previous Bubba. He'd be out there scrapping and trading paint and either checkers or wreckers, but some smart driving there yesterday by him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. To me, this looked like early season Bubba, because I was talking to a guy the other day. I was saying that I thought the beginning of the season Bubba was like racing really smart. He was doing really good things, and his points were showing it. And then it seemed like everything kind of fell apart. Was it at Martinsville where he kind of just went off and took out Carson?
Yep.
And it seemed like his seasons kind of just fell apart from there. And I felt like yesterday felt like him kind of like, it felt like early season Bubba to me. And I think that's what I'm going to do from here on out. And I mean, if you run up there, there's a good chance with a Toyota at this point, especially if you're running consistently up there around the top 5, you pick out another win or two here too, at least one. But this is what Bubba needed yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with all of that all around. Hopefully he'll keep this pace up and head off into the late summer and into the chase.
Absolutely.
Touch on our fantasy league before we move along. I'll gloat a little again. Another good day for me. Got lucky there. Size, a good bounce back for you. End up second.
Yeah.
Sean third. And third in the standings, still hanging. I took over the points lead, or gained one on the crew chief there as well.
Yeah, me and the crew chief didn't do so hot yesterday.
Yeah, you boys had a rough day.
Yeah,
man. It was a rough day to have both Larson and Reddick. They finished like 35th and 36th, something like that together. It wasn't the day for that, sadly for me. Here we are.
I picked him on the show to win last week, and then he qualified well, and I picked Brad, and that was not good for me.
I think that was.
Yeah, you should have bet on Heim time.
Yeah.
That's what you get for not going with your gut on the Heimster.
I know. I told Matt even. I was like, man, maybe take Heim. That's what I should have done.
I looked when we were sitting there, mince eyes.
It's crazy at this point. Well, I mean, at this point, man, Heim, if he's in the race, he's a smart pick. He's going to finish. He's going to finish pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
It sure seems that way.
Yeah.
All those 2311 cars, I have him in the top 10, and Reddick probably would have been in the top 10 if he hadn't, had that radiator incident that put him 40-some laps down. But yeah, those 2311 cars, all of them looked real good yesterday. Even Herbst, we don't talk a whole lot about.
Man, Herbst is actually, I think he's had a season this year that's just too much, too little, too late. Yeah. I mean, he's ran really well. I mean, he's did a lot better here this year.
Herbst's been going off since he got fired.
Yeah, I mean, like Herbst is the guy that if any other team was looking for a third driver, Herbst would be a great guy. But when you've got him there just waiting without a ride, it's kind of hard not to be like, all right, come on, we'll boot Riley out. But I mean, any other team that doesn't have a Corey Heim Wings would love to have that guy as their third driver the way he's been racing this season.
Yeah.
Size, here's my question. Does replacing Herbst with Heim, they're both H's, does that curse away? Like, is that how it works? I'm just trying to follow here.
Well, there's no curse there.
Okay,
the curse is only a Trackhouse. Trackhouse is the one that fired Suarez and got cursed. It's like but the Yankees when they got rid of Ruth and the curse of the Bambino and they didn't win for however many years or the Red Sox.
After the last few weeks,
I
would say Tyler Reddick would have an argument that there is some kind of curse.
No, it's just look from the lawsuit agreement. Reddick got the first half, Denny gets the middle, Bubba gets the end.
Okay.
Pull up the government documents. Wow. It's all in the lawsuit.
I hope.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
that's all I want now.
I really meant to wear my tinfoil hat tonight.
What'd front row get, man?
They just got the truck series. They just gave them the truck series in the lawsuit.
Okay. Oh gosh. All right. That's going to definitely be it for the NASCAR discussion and the lead lap. That moves us beyond the banking, where we look at other major forms of motorsports across the world. This week we're oddly going back to NASCAR, but NASCAR in France, as the HSR NASCAR Classic presented by Goodyear at the Le Mans Speedway. This thing was pretty neat, man. Excuse me, so many classic NASCARs from various generations over there put on a fun little race, actually. We saw Kurt Busch was there. He had his 2020 number one Monster Energy Chevrolet, the Chip Ganassi car. It's the actual one he won Las Vegas with.
Oh, wow.
Joe Nemechek was over there. He was in the 47 Old Spice out there learning that Ricky Bobby. Yeah, all the Talladega Nights cars there. The IMSA president was in the Wonder Bread car, and Ryan Gemmell in the Perrier, I guess, water Chevrolet, John Girard. And Gemmell actually put John Girard's Perrier car on the podium at third place finish, battle with Joe Nemechek. So we saw John Girard podium at Le Mans.
Man, I thought there was moments in this race where I thought Kurt Busch looked like he was racing for his spot in the chase. Dude, Kurt, he's talked about he's been itching to get back behind the wheel if he could allow it, and I think he certainly proved it. He was slicing and dicing through cars. This, I mean, mostly was a parade event, exhibition type race. Nobody told Kurt that. At one point, there's a video of him going around. He gets 197 miles an hour down the stretch. Nuts,
man. Kurt loves a Legends race. You know, remember that, a couple of months ago, he had that one down in North Carolina, and I think they've got another one of those in DC soon. Yeah. Man, Kurt's on the circuit, man. He'll come to your hometown if you want to put some Legends out there with him. He's on it.
He is, man. I thought that was wild, but 197 seeing a NASCAR hit that at Le Mans, that's actually just something pretty spectacular to see. I'd love to see a actual cup race at Le Mans sometime. How cool would that be? They had the Le Mans special, whatever they ran a few years ago out there as well. But it's a fun event. I threw it on, watched some of it on and off, but pretty cool just to see stock cars at Le Mans. Yeah, pretty cool.
Man, I had the same thought when I was watching. I was like, I'd love to see NASCAR go and run like a points race here. That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be really, really something neat to see.
But no, Kurt Busch just had me hoping maybe that they'll put him in that open car next year for 2311 a few races.
Oh, I wish Kurt could. He's openly said he'd love to do one more, get his goodbye race. But I mean, obviously I want his health to allow it first off, but it would be cool to see.
Yeah,
that's me. I didn't watch all that Legends or throwback NASCAR race, whatever it was at Le Mans, but some clips yesterday and seeing Kurt going that fast, I was like, man, this guy's like, what, 4 years out now of a serious brain injury, and he's out here just going fast and sliding.
Yeah, man.
It's a little scary, honestly. I mean, if there's anybody you can trust to do it, it's a former champion like that. But still, it's, seeing a guy who's had serious issues from his head and the fact that a wreck at that speed was not going to be good for him, but he held on to it. He looked great out there.
Yeah. Pretty fun stuff. We'll keep it across the pond. We'll head back for the F1 British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Charles Leclerc, massive win. As he's almost won this one 2 or 3 times, finally got that win. But, boy, it was not to be without controversy. This finish, we saw on lap 48, Max Verstappen spun off into the gravel trap. We'll speak on Max, he was very, very upset with the Red Bull car. And I saw some behind-the-scene type video, whatever, if you will. He wouldn't even speak to the car owner, so a situation brewing there. But anyway, that led to a full-course safety car. They got Max cleaned back up, and like even TV was saying, we're going back racing with 2 to go. Then it was we're going back with 1 to go, and it was set up for what was going to be an awesome battle. It was George Russell was super quick, Lewis Hamilton sitting third was super quick. Like, it was going to be something to see, but then they just kept parading under caution until they threw the checkers.
Got that rip-roaring finish, huh? Man, I tell you, I feel like a lot of the goodwill that F1's built up with me the last few weeks got drained out with that a little bit.
Yeah, I can't disagree. That was, I mean, obviously under caution finishes happen occasionally. F1 they try not to, as most series try not to, but no overtime rule, anything of that. Not saying that I want that, but the track was clear. Like, even commentators and stuff didn't know what was going on. It was clearly just a very odd situation.
Well,
Yeah,
Size
sure.
just left us. I think he's going to investigate the situation. But
Maybe he
I
got
will
cursed.
say, as far as the
He got
race
cursed.
itself, man, what you were just saying with George Russell and Lewis Hamilton, I mean, they were just doing some killer racing all throughout the race, man. Just passes back and forth. What would that last lap have been like if they could have had that shootout, man? I mean, it drove me a little bit crazy, to be honest.
I know, man.
But
I
man-
sat and watched this whole race. I was hyped for that because it had set up as a pretty dramatic race. It set up so nicely for this finish. If I was going to get this awesome finish, and I was so disappointed, man. It was ridiculous.
Man, it sounds weird to say, but this almost little resurgence of Lewis is just so awesome to watch, man. I'm loving it. You know, back on the podium, we won a couple of weeks ago. Love that. However, with Max being that upset, I bet Justin Marks perked up when he heard, you know, a guy that might be good on road courses upset and says he may want to do something else one of these days. I'm just throwing that out there. Not, you know, not as good as a size conspiracy theory, but I'm just saying.
Certainly would love to see that.
I would too, man. Yeah, Max has been unhappy a lot of the season this year, so I don't know. It seems like it's been a brewing thing over there.
Yeah, I think that relationship's crumbling. We'll see what happens in the future. It's going to be interesting. Heartbreaker for Kimi Antonelli. Really probably had the car to beat. Ended up with a wheel shield failure in lap 41. Team couldn't really figure it out. And then, kind of controversy here, he was absolutely gaining nothing. In fact, losing very much time, but going off track limits when they were trying to figure that problem out. And F1 at the FIA, they didn't care about that. They still knocked him with a 5-second penalty. Would have actually ended up 10th and got 1 point, which, I mean, 1 point. But as we know in racing, 1 point is 1 point in a championship.
That's right.
And, but I don't know. That was an interesting situation. I mean, the failure was just unfortunate, but the little penalty, it was like salt in the wound from the FIA for some reason. Maybe they think this 19-year-old's getting a little carried away. I don't know, but I thought that was interesting.
That's the kind of thing, though, man. I mean, we may come back and look at that as a pivotal moment, man. We really may.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got a solid points lead, but, I mean, as you know, things can happen, and, I mean, Russell is rolling. Hamilton's come to life. Leclerc now with the win. We got a lot of racing left to go. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
And then there was more controversy post-race. I didn't find out about this until today, actually. Lewis Hamilton was investigated for a flag infringement occurred on lap 38 when Hülkenberg's Audi was stranded. Apparently Hamilton in the media after the race was saying he expected to be disqualified and lose his podium, but the FIA decided he was in the clear and kept his podium. But I didn't learn about any of that until today.
I didn't learn about it till you sent me the show notes, and I was looking at it, I was like, oh.
Yeah. But glad he did, because I'm with Sean. I love seeing this resurgence of the night.
Absolutely, man. I'm pulling for him to just go as far as he can take it this season, man.
Yeah, and I mean Ferrari getting their program back together. I mean, if they can hold on to this, what's next year could be interesting as well. And I think we may see Max somewhere else, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes down too, where he lands, if that's all to be true. And speaking of seat swapping, now we'll jump us right into IndyCar. Major news. First broke early this week as Scott Dixon announced he will be departing Chip Ganassi Racing after a 24-year tenure there. Dixon joined Chip Ganassi Racing in 2002, won 6 series championships, won 58 of his 59 career victories, won the 2008 Indianapolis 500, but that partnership will be no more.
Yeah, that's just insane, man. I mean, I was trying to think of an equivalent to that, of like a NASCAR equivalent, and like I can't even really come to one. I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess the closest would be like Kyle Busch leaving Joe Gibbs.
Yeah,
and that's not even really.
Yeah,
not even really.
Probably the closest, but not directly. Yeah.
I don't know. I was for one of the first things that popped in my head was Jimmy Johnson driving Toyotas now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not exactly, but it's
Yeah. I mean, the whole IndyCar, everything's getting shook up so much looking into the next season, man. It's going to be crazy.
Well, we now know where he will land. It has been announced. Arrow McLaren signed Scott Dixon, and announced today Felix Rosenquist, we heard about his departure, signed both of them up. So, huge, and that's going to create ripple effects. Who's getting the Chip Ganassi ride, who's going to Meyer Shank, somebody's going to be out, and I'm afraid it's going to be Lundgaard. And I think he very much does not deserve to be out, but I don't know. I'm a bit worried.
I think that's probably who it'll be, Matt.
And speaking of him, that'll get us to the race, the Mid-Ohio race. He started on the pole and led 41 laps of this thing. To now be out of a ride, made a crucial mistake on lap 42, which set up for his teammate Pato O'Ward to pounce, take the lead. Pato then went on to lead 45 laps, secure his 10th victory, first win of the season. Lundgaard ended up second.
Yeah, strong showing for McLaren, man.
And for Lundgaard to be out, it's so ironic. I don't even know now. It's just an odd feeling there.
It really
this
is.
One a bit.
Those are going to be some weird competition meetings.
Yeah. It was the first ever 1-2 for Arrow McLaren in team history. So, a historic day for them with that one, actually.
Yeah.
Kirkwood ended up third. I did get tickled at the Fox broadcast, and I love Buxton and all that in the broadcast, but man, they wanted Kirkwood as an American driver to have a good day so bad. Did you catch that?
I did, man. He was definitely the homer on that one.
He was. I feel like that was Fox saying, let's push the American side of it. I guess I get it on the 4th of July weekend, but God, it was pretty funny, actually.
It just makes me wonder how much of that we're going to get during the Washington, D.C. street race.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh, boy.
Yeah. But, yeah, I noticed it too, Matt. If I heard the word American time, I would have been, I don't know.
Well, luckily for Fox, Kirkwood got a great run, ended up at the podium, so.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
America, number 3, yeah.
Yeah. But a fun race, a grueling race. Actually, it was crazy hot up there, caution free. Like dudes were about to fire the seat. I thought Graham Rahal was cooked at one point. He was like trying to lean out of the car, like leaning his hand out of the car to try to get some air. Like you never see stuff like that. But it was a rough one.
Yeah, it was, man. Yeah, it was. But a fun one. As usual, IndyCar really good this year. So.
Oh, dude, yeah, I think this is one of the overall best seasons in a hot minute. Good stuff. Huge win for Pato. And we'll wrap up this week's Beyond the Banking. That puts us on the Bullring Report, where we look at dirt tracking and short tracking and all those things. We'll kick things off with the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. It's supposed to be a double weekend for them. Big rain out in Mansfield. did not get to happen. I think that one's been rescheduled, but we did get to see the Freedom 50 up in Muskingum County Speedway. $25,000 to win, and boy, what a race it was. Max Blair pulled off an absolutely spectacular charge. Started back in 15th, drove to the front of the field without a single caution flag to help him close the gap, and drove right up to the lead, overtook Hudson O'Neill with only 2 laps to remain. Then there was some cautions, but he held tight. Got that his first victory in the Lucasville late models. Devin Moran ended up second, O'Neill third. But man, that was awesome to watch Blair come through that field.
One of the best drives overall of any driver in any series all year, man. I mean, I'm looking at my notes here, and it's literally just Blair's coming from 15th. Blair takes 5th. That's all it is, man, all the way down, because it was just one right after the other, knocking them down. It was awesome.
Yeah, the announcers kept saying, like, I don't know if he can make it without a caution. You know, well, he's going to need a caution to get to the front. But no, he did not. He got to the front. And then the cautions looked like they were going to hurt him, but he pulled it off there. It was a great run.
And it was such a fun race to watch. It was so exciting watching him come through that field. And props to him, man. I mean, Max has been showing signs this season, I think, of him moving into that next level as far as drivers in the late model series. And I think this is a huge step for that, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't scrubs he was passing either, man.
No.
I mean, he was going the best of the best up there. So, just awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was so fun to watch. The other side of the late model world, the World of Outlaw late model series, we're in Norman County in Minnesota, where we saw the same old story, same old song and dance. Bobby Pierce smooth operated his way to his 6th consecutive victory in the World of Outlaw late model series. Nobody over there can touch him.
No, man. At this point, you could just record this segment and play it over and over because it's just the same thing. It's just him. And I mean, people hate it when people win, but I'll tell you what, man. I don't know anybody's touching him right now.
Dude, it's nuts. I mean, Bobby always been fantastic, of course, but man, this season is, I mean, literally historic. We're seeing pretty wild stuff. All of the major series are off for the holiday or didn't go around, which I know a lot of those guys filled in spots along the country, but
yeah,
I'm off. There was a ton of other racing. We'll do a little rapid fire touch on stuff. The USAC at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway dirt track, a big one there, $20,039 to win the USAC BC39, honoring Brian Clausen. But we saw Briggs Danner get his first career USAC National Midget win. Also on the USAC side of the world, Mitchell Moles won a big Silver Crown race. Kyle Cummins with a big victory in the sprint race. Some pavement action. The Wheel and Modified Tour rode on for their Firecracker 150. Also on the West Coast, we saw Ethan Ebert score his first ever Cars Tour West victory at Tri-City Raceway. Also still going on, of course, the summer shootout down at Charlotte. The Legends Cars, Neil the Real Deal Doolin picked up opening night in the Pro Division. Landon Thrasher and Maverick Bradshaw stacking up victories as well during the week. So a lot of action around. So they had some big racing at our home track at Princeton Speedway. We missed that. I think they're back in 2 weeks. Saw earlier today announced for August 1st, close to us in Withville, the Carolina Sprint Car Tour. So some big sprint car action coming to Withville, something to keep on your notes at least. Yeah, get out, check out some racing. There's something near you. If you'll look it up, we promise.
Yeah, I mean, just what you were saying there, man, that proves, I mean, on a weekend where it was like kind of an off weekend, there was still racing everywhere, and there was stuff to check out. So, I mean, there's so much racing out there. It's impossible to watch it all. It's impossible to cover it all, but by golly, it's fun to try.
Oh yeah. And even their bit here, we didn't even touch on nearly everything. It's just some of the bigger under the bigger series. Like, there's so much racing, and that's a good thing. But that will wrap up this week's Bullring Report. And that puts us on the cool down lap. We're going to wind this thing up, make our escape, if you will. Before we do that, we got to look back one more time, as we got to pick our paint scheme or livery of the week and look back at any car, any track, any race that happened over the past week. And we'll get right into it. Let's go. Scheme of the week. Sean, we're going to start with you.
You already know, boys and girls. It is not very often that I pre-order a die-cast, but I did this one day one, the Bubba Wallace Space Jam car. I mean, y'all, I lived my life in the 90s already. One of my favorite movies ever, as bad as it is. I mean, I love that car so much. So that was by far my scheme of the week.
No doubt it was so good, I will admit.
Yeah, it's awesome. And there to track with
Bubba. Yeah, all the promotion around it, the merch, all the promotion they did there at track, it was absolutely fantastic promotion all around.
Yeah, and what's weird, man, they have not released like a shirt that I feel like would be a big seller for them and some stuff like that. I mean, they're missing some money.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's got to do with some Warner Brothers licensing.
Somebody said they're going working to make it they're like working through the licensing and stuff to try to make that shirt available to purchase. So I thought of you, Sean.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, Warner Brothers got to get their money out of it as well.
Oh, darn right they do. Yeah, but yeah, by far my scheme of the week.
I was telling Matt yesterday we need to make you last, and you just wait and expect all of us to take it before you.
Well, there's others I like too. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but that one definitely was my favorite.
Jeff, we'll go to you.
All right, my pick of the week is going to go with a Ryan Priest with the Athletic Brewing Company. Love the color scheme on this. I mean, I don't even know what the Athletic Brewing Company is necessarily, but I know that car was real pretty what time I got to see it on the track before it got wrecked, and then about 4 laps down. So, yeah, Ryan Priest.
There you go. Priest with a good one. That was a good looking car. Like the blue size. We'll jump to you.
I'm going to go with the number 7 Spire Motorsports car driven by Daniel Suarez, the Moto Casino. We've seen the casino with like the skull kind of imagery before, but this one had like the 250 across for America's 250th. It's a really cool looking car there.
Yeah, I love that as well. For mine, I'm going to go to the IndyCar side. Team Penske with another one of their throwback schemes. Joseph's Newgarden, number 2, PPG, 1981 Bobby Unser Indy 500 winner tribute car. Thought that was just really cool. They're killing it with all their throwbacks for the 60th anniversary.
Yeah, that was a great scheme.
I'll tell you too, I had a strong contender for second, and if there'd been any other, that Space Jam car hadn't been there, this would definitely been mine. But the Tyler Reddick True Blue Jordan 3s, that I loved. I mean, the elephant print on it, that car was awesome too, I thought.
Yeah, that was real nice as well. I like how it mixed in the blue, and I read about that with the shoes and the Carolina, what that all meant or whatever. It was really cool.
Yeah, my runner-up's kind of a cheat, man. My runner-up is just the whole field at the NASCAR Classic at Le Mans.
yeah. You're not wrong.
I really like the number 42, John Hunter Nemechek, driving that Raid car. Cool seeing the Raid scheme on there.
Yeah, I thought that was cool as well. Something a little different to see.
Yeah.
On the NASCAR side, the Suarez was probably my favorite as well. Size. I got a few down my list. I liked the patriotic take of the Wood Brothers 21 Arrow Ford, mostly because it looked like an old school AMC paint scheme with that red, white, and blue in the way they transition it, and anything AMC related, I'm going to pop for. I also liked, in a very basic paint scheme, but I liked it for a specific reason. We saw him in that accent too. Zane Smith, the front row 38 Vermeer Midwest Ford. I thought that gold was exactly like the old Morgan McClure gold, and anytime I saw that, it hit nostalgia vibes, and that was enough for me to give him a nod. Oh yeah, there you go, right behind you. There you go. I thought that was the perfect looking gold, and had a little American flag just across the bottom, which I kind of like too. It was kind of cool. Another plain scheme from front row, the 34 generator that Todd Gilliam was driving. It almost looks like a Bill Elliott throwback with a little more white, but I thought that was both of them bringing out some kind of retro schemes. I don't know if intentionally or not, but they both, I took note of both of them.
For sure.
I got a couple more.
I'll say too, I'm going to. No. I was going to say I'm going to steal Jeff's gimmick and homer this segment to death this week. We've talked about Bubba, we've talked about Tyler, but one that we've seen a couple of times is I really like Chase's American scheme that they've got this year.
Yeah.
They run it at the 600, and then again this week. I really think that's probably maybe my favorite of the American ones that they're running quite a bit. I think that's a good looking car.
Yeah, I agree. I like it too. It all incorporates really nicely. Even the Napa logo, the way they do it. I was looking at it yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
I had a couple more one shout out from the IndyCar side. Another Team Penske, Scott McLaughlin's Good Ranchers, the Meat Wagon as they called it. I thought that was a cool looking car. And of course, Meyer Shank Racing, Felix Rosenquist, Sirius gave him a cool one back as Ozzy's Boneyard car was really awesome.
Yeah.
Wish that could have been the one that won the Indy 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That's so much better.
A lot of good schemes. Really, a lot of good schemes. Even, not mentioned, there was a ton this week, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, we got to look towards the future as we are headed to Echo Park Speedway, or as we old heads know it, Atlanta. And we got to try to predict a winner for what's probably going to be a wild one, most likely.
All right.
But we will do it. Let's make our picks for Echo Park Speedway Cup Series action. Sean, we'll start with you.
I'm going to homer it again. Chase Elliott.
Big home victory for Chase. I think it could happen. Size, how about you?
Man, I've said it for 3 weeks. I'm going for it again. Tyler Reddick is going to win this race. I think he's going to double up at Atlanta this year.
Back-to-back Atlanta certainly may go down. Jeff, how about you?
Well, we know anything can happen in Atlanta, and there's one guy that I've kind of been noticing. He's starting to get his way back up in the points and the finishes a little bit. And I'm going to go with Ross Chastain. I think Ross Chastain's going to finally win this season, and I think he's going to have a decent run.
Big turnaround for Trackhouse. Be cool to see. I'm going to give it to the lone Fordman carrying it all. Ryan Blaney gets another victory at Atlanta. We'll see how that plays out.
Blaney was actually high on. Blaney was high on my list too, Matt, of guys I think can get it done down there for sure.
You took my main number one was Chase, and Blaney was my number two.
And that was my 1 and 2.
We do that in fantasy also, almost every week.
All the time. I wish we had it this week. Good gosh.
No doubt.
Sure.
My 3 sleeper was Suarez. I'm going to throw him out there. He's really good at Atlanta.
Dude,
He's
oh
been
my
good
God,
this
he
year.
was mine. That's literally what I had in mind was Chase, Blaney, and if they're both gone, I'm taking Suarez.
Me too. That's hilarious. Hey, great minds think alike, right?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I'm excited though. Atlanta's crazy now, but it's so fun to watch. And Sunday night, 7:00.
Yeah, that was my whole reason. I was just going to say, I think it's just such a chaotic race at this point. It's like you can about pick anybody, and they could win.
Yeah.
And I just think Ross, I don't know, it's got a feeling.
Man, what I like about Atlanta is you get, I still call it restrictor plate. I know that's not what it is, but you get that, but there's kind of a lot of other things mixed into, if that makes sense. You got that factor. Plus, if you've got a fast car, you can kind of use that and move your way at the same time. It's just, man, I love it. It's probably one of my favorite tracks, period, right now to watch a race. I just think it's a lot of fun.
I'm going to get to see.
That's go ahead.
No, go for it, brother.
I was going to say, my was going to be Bubba because he has been having the speed on your mile and a half, and he's a consistently decent restrictor plate, super speedway, whatever the heck you want to call him these days, track racer too. But with the speed Toyotas have been having, I think that whoever does win this race is going to come out of Camp Toyota.
Yeah, it's hard not to say you're right on that. They're so fast.
Man, and the next few weeks are kind of wild. Atlanta, and then you flip to a completely different situation in North Wilkesboro. Who knows what to expect there? And then the Brickyard. So we kind of it's a fun few weeks coming at us here in July.
Yeah, it is. We get another Sunday night one. We're going to kick off Sunday night races here for TNT.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people hate on that. A lot of people love on that. But it's happening nonetheless.
I like a night race. I prefer a Saturday night race to a Sunday night race, but I mean, I still love a good night race. Hard to beat one.
Yeah.
And there's almost, I think there's almost no Saturday night races on the schedule now. Like, I mean, it's few and far between. We get a couple here at the end of the summer, but there's not.
Yeah, I think we're moving towards the Sunday, later evening Sunday night as opposed to Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I mean, we see it with other sports where NASCAR so traditionally either Sunday day or Saturday night. I think it's embedded, but I mean, other sports play all the time. So I mean, I think some things could be looked at on that front.
For me as a guy sitting at home watching it, I love a Sunday night race, right? I think it's cool, but I mean, if I'm to go to one and trying to get to work the next day and all that, I mean, I'd feel differently about it. But I do love them sitting at home watching them. So.
Yeah, I agree. It does. I think potentially end up messing with your live crowd a bit, although it certainly didn't mess with Chicagoland. They all showed up, so maybe it doesn't. But either way, it's interesting. But we will note we will be off for summer break for the next 2 weeks. No show. Keep up with us via clips on our social media, High, Wide, and Handsome. We're Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We'll drop some stuff there. And we will miss you. I promise we will. But we will not miss racing. We'll still be watching, and we'll still be throwing out some opinions probably here and there.
Not us.
Yeah, you can probably check in with Waldo. Will be keeping you up to date on all things Hendrick. I'll be keeping you up to date on RFK, and Matt will be keeping us up on all the track stuff. And Size, he'll just be giving us all the conspiracies.
It's not conspiracy if it's true.
No. There you go.
Jumping out together, we'll sprinkle in some 2311 for you.
Yeah. Out there convergence point.
Good stuff, yeah. But hope you have a good summer break with us as well. We will look forward to being back. That'll be a massive comeback show. Be fun, but definitely, like I said, keep us up. If you haven't subscribed here on our YouTube, Arson Brothers Network, definitely do that. Got a lot of good videos actually coming up in the can now, and should be popping out a few more when we go to Nashville. Size and I knocked out a few things yesterday, so definitely get a subscribe here.
Yeah, I want to send a shout out to that Flyaway Home Festival video you guys put up. That was great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks, brother.
A lot of fun. Keep your eyes out. You know, if you live in the Princeton, Southern West Virginia, Southwest Virginia area for that every year. I think they do it around the same time, around Hazel Dickens' birthday there. So hopefully they'll be doing it again next year.
Yeah, for sure. All right. That's going to be it for this week's High, Wide, and Handsome. We'll be back in 3 weeks total, I guess. I almost said 2. We'll be off for 2 weeks, but we will be back. We promise. And we'll say, until then, good nights and good luck.